What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here I'm inside Project CB9. As you can see, all the interior has been stripped out. We're going to go ahead and thoroughly clean the carpet, all the seats, and we're going to do a color transformation on the carpet itself in the means of liquid dye. So let's go ahead and take a close look. Okay, as you can see here, the carpet is filthy dirty. I don't believe that the previous owners bothered to have a floor mat in position for many years to come. And as you can see here, the front seats have some soiled amounts as well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and remove the front seats, and we're gonna remove this carpet. And once we have this carpet removed, we can really thoroughly scrub this thing down, power wash it, and extract all the contaminants that are in this carpet from all the years. So hopefully we can get this carpet decent looking. So we'll just cross our fingers and see what the end result has. But I've already removed the front two bolts on this seat here. And another thing is this seat did not want to go all the way forward when I bought this car, and I thought the tracks were broken. And went ahead and took a look between the center console and the seat itself, and I saw a quarter in the track. And as you can see here, this quarter is, badly dented up from the track just chewing the thing up. So I was able to get my pliers in there and pull this thing out, and now the seat goes fully forward and fully backwards. So I'm relieved on that, so I can concentrate on getting the seat out. So all right, let's go ahead and get these seats out and get this carpet removed here. All right, just check out that level of filth, removing them seats. A lot of change everywhere. Also some sand. Sand's much better than salt, I'll give them that. But anyhow, need to continue on with removing the back seats and the back side sills and the seat belt bottoms right there. And hopefully this carpet can be removed from this vehicle. So let's go ahead, get those back seats, side sills, and bottom seat belt bolts removed.
Divided by two in time, some said sunrise for you, by casting shadows, emitting halos, they all want some part of you. It's on your...
Okay, I believe I've got all the clips. All the seats are out of the car. The panels have been popped off. I think this carpet's gonna release now. So let's cross our fingers. It's a smooth process. Both front seats and back seats are removed for full access. Now with the wagons, there's actually carpet that goes underneath the back seats, and that's the main difference between sedans and wagons. Sedan carpet they actually produce now, wagons unfortunately not. So we're just gonna have to be forced with trying to clean up this carpet as best we can, otherwise find a replacement in a junkyard. But finding tan wagon carpet in great condition is just like finding a hen's tooth per se. So let's go ahead and get this carpet removed.
Don't
Okay, carpet is officially out of the car after being in this car for 28 years, more than likely. Lots of sand, lots of debris, leaves, dust, dirt, paper clips, still live change everywhere. There's some interesting things over here. This looks like a little knife right here. Let's see what we got. A Milwaukee Fastback. How about that? It's a little case of some sort. Calming spray of some sort. Candy wrappers. Sweet Breath mouth freshener. And of course change and wrappers and paper clips and toothpicks. And I did see a little water leak over here. A little bit of water right there, a little bit of water right there. I am aware that there is a water leak coming from the A-pillar right there, and I believe that is a faulty windshield seal. So that's going to be addressed as well. So I'm going to go ahead and gather up all the change and whatnot off this and dry up all the lingering water we've got. And I believe this is a good stopping point for the day. So until then, we'll take the next step on this interior clean out. Okay, before we get started on cleaning the carpets and the seats, go over the materials we've got here. So this is the Bissell Spot Clean Pro. I picked this up on eBay for about 110 shipped. These things sell for about 160, 170 usually. So you can find some pretty good, decent deals. Anyhow, it comes with two nozzles. You got a narrow one and a wider one. And then you've got the main water tank right here. And then you've got the dirty tank right there. So this is the formula it comes with. Basically, it's a trial size. So I went to Walmart yesterday and made sure I got a bigger formula here. But make sure that I got this in stock because I had to go to a second Walmart because the first one was sold out. And also another thing to mention, make sure this bottle says portable on there. You don't want the one that says upright. So make sure your container says portable for it. And then we've got the drill with the nylon brush attachment. Make sure this is nylon brush and not wire brush because that will just tear up what you're trying to clean. And then we've got the Chemical Guys upholstery cleaner here. So they recommend a 20-to-1 or an 8-to-1 ratio. And I mixed it up in a little spray bottle right here. My favorite color, purple, by the way. So I went to an 8-to-1 ratio because we've got some badly soiled carpets and seats. So this is what we're gonna start with here. And we'll see how this thing performs. And my friend Byron has this machine and he says to wear some earplugs. So hopefully that's not the case outdoors, but we'll go ahead and see how loud this machine is. So we're gonna go ahead and get started and hopefully we get some clean seats and carpet here. Okay, before we get started, here's what we're gonna need. You're gonna need some disposable gloves. Do not want to get dye on your hands or your skin. 32-ounce spray bottle, liquid dye, and upholstery brush. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this liquid dye, we're gonna dump the entire contents in this 32-ounce bottle, and then we're gonna fill it up with as hot as water we can, and then shake it up, and we'll start spraying it on the carpet, and then working it in with the upholstery brush. So just make sure that you wear old clothes, because this dye will not come out. So wish me luck here. We'll see what happens. After a lot of thinking about this and getting opinions on friends, decided to go ahead and dye this carpet black. Not too impressed with how this taupe color came out. It's almost like a light brown and just does not coordinate well with the seats. Plus the dashboard is already black itself, so I think it'll coordinate quite well. On top of that, I can recall my dad buying a 2008 Cadillac CTS back in the day, and he had the option of buying the all beige interior or the two-tone black carpet with gray seats and gray dashboard, and that turned out phenomenal. So I think it'll work pretty well. So we're gonna go ahead and do this in black, and so this is gonna be round 2 for dyeing. So here goes nothing. All right, guys, I'm putting the second application of dye in place. This is the second day. I let this thing dry overnight, and it was on my deck. So I went ahead and vacuumed it from any pollen and any dust and whatnot before I got started. But I don't know if you can see a difference, but driver's side has already been done, and the back side, and then the passenger side, I haven't done that quite yet for the second coat. But as you can tell, this is like a dark gray compared to a darker, I guess, almost charcoal black. So there is definitely a difference if you put 2 coats of this dye in place. So for $4 a bottle, it's not a bad deal. So I think if you're gonna go from a light color carpet to a dark, black color such as this, 2 coats are probably required. And basically I went ahead and did some mats that I got from the junkyard. These mats were $2 a piece. They cleaned up pretty well with the upholsterer cleaner. And I dyed these black with the spray mix that I mixed up today, but these are already a dark gray color, so I kind of took the color a lot better. But as you can see, if we're going from tan to black, it's just not gonna take it in quite as well. So I think that's just a major difference right there. So second application, first application. Now we're gonna go ahead and finish this up, and then I'll probably repeat some processes on this since the bottle is almost full anyways. So we'll burn some of this stuff off. But all right, let's go ahead and get back at this. Another small surprise number 2, when I was cleaning up this floor prior to putting the carpet in position, right above the ECU location, I noticed there's a missing grommet on the firewall. So there's about a 1-inch hole right there exposed going into the engine bay. Very strange for that to be missing, but we went to the junkyard and I found a plug. But what's going to happen is I'm going to run the power wire for the amplifier through there, and I'm also going to run the wires for the H22 wiring that I've got to tap into the ECU on. Okay, one more small surprise before I went and put the carpet in. When I was doing the floor cleanup, I noticed a small little rust spot here on the floor, which is where the flip up rear seats mount to. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock this down as much as I can with a Dremel, with a little sanding disc, and touch it up with some POR 15. That way we won't have to worry about it again. So it's kind of a strange space for rust to start forming, but I don't know what happened, but we'll go ahead and get that fixed. Alright, in the grinding mood, saw one little small rust spot on the fender well. When this car came in from Florida, this had some type of rubber, I don't know, trim on this, which is basically a moisture trap. And there's a little bit of rust spot that was bubbled up right here. So I got my grinder and just carefully grinded away all the rust right here. And now it's pretty smooth. I'm gonna take the POR 15 when it arrives in the mail and touch this up. It'll be a black in color until we can do body work on this car and fully paint it, but being inside the fender well, you won't really notice this. Plus we're gonna take care of all the rust on this car, which is 2 little small spots so far. Knock on wood, that's all we found. One in the fender well, and then one over here by the back seat mount. So it's not too bad from a Florida car. Okay, this is the paint that I was using for the rust proofing underneath the rear seat mount and the rear fender. So after I cleaned up the areas, I basically just drilled a hole in the top of the can and then took a piece of scrap ground wire, stuck it in there and stirred it up, and I was able to extract a lot of paint and just kind of use this top here as a palette per se, and then use this cheap paintbrush and just touch up the areas you're doing. Throw the paintbrush away because cleaning up is going to be pretty tough. But anyways, make sure you use rubber gloves on this. This stuff is very strong. It's basically an epoxy type of paint. Years ago, I learned about this stuff when I was restoring a '69 Corvette. So basically you can paint right over surface rust as long as you clean it up lightly. But if your metal has structural integrity, it's not gonna work. So this is really good stuff and I like it a lot, but just make sure you drill a small hole, put a hexagonal screw when you're done with this, because if you pry up on the sides with this, you'll never be able to seal it, and this thing will solidify in a matter of like 2 days. So this stuff is about $13 for about 4 ounces. right, this concludes the process of stripping out the interior, thoroughly cleaning out the carpets, the seats, re-dyeing the carpet, and I'm pretty happy of how the black carpet turned out, especially along with this black dashboard. Coordinates pretty well. Now the only thing I'd like to do is try and see if I can find a black center console right over here, right where the shifter area and parking brake's at. Those are very hard to find since they're only available in the Accord SE models, and Accord SEs are very rare to find as it is. So if I ever find an Accord SE in the junkyard, I'll be sure to pick up that center console. But for the time being, we're waiting for the shift boot on the console itself right here. Next step, we're gonna have to redo the door panels. So we got a special surprise in session for that. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day.